first iBook was unveiled on July 21st, 1999, which was the first iBook G3 Clamshell. Following Steve Jobs' return to Apple in 1997, it was the fourth computer in Steve Jobs' four-computer lineup in an attempt to simplify Apple's lineup from its very confusing product lineup that almost sent Apple into bankruptcy, which contained a professional-grade desktop, then the Power Mac G4, a consumer-grade desktop, then the iMac G3, professional-grade desktop, then the PowerBook G3, and finally a consumer-grade laptop being the iBook G3 Clamshell. The iBook G3 Clamshell, as it is nicknamed, introduced many new features for not just Macs, but also computers in general. It was the first mainstream computer to feature an optional upgrade for an airport card, and was the first one that even had that option, hence making it the first mainstream computer to support Wi-Fi. Left its ports uncovered, which was very peculiar for Apple laptops compared to prior PowerBooks. And for one of the first times in a laptop, and for the first time in Apple's laptop history, a latchless design with its hinge kept it firmly shut. It started at $1,599, which was cheap for a laptop of its era, brand new, making the iBook G3 a major success that put Apple back in the tech spotlight following their stagnation. The iBook G3 Clamshell features one of the most iconic designs in Apple history, which, with its colors that were at launch, tangerine and blueberry, which is this one, to match the corresponding iMac. Its colorful design appealed to Hollywood studios, turning the iBook G3 Clamshell into a Hollywood star, with it being featured in numerous movies and TV shows. Its colors and odd clamshell design are not all that stand out about it, however. It also features a semi-translucent keyboard, which if you lift the hooks on, you can immediately have access to the RAM and the airport card for doing upgrades, which another unique feature of the iBook G3 Clamshell is its handle, which is the only Apple laptop to feature a handle. Though some of my school Chromebooks now have handles, so at least the iBook G3 Clamshell did leave a legacy there. February 16th, 2000, Apple released the iBook SE, which is exclusively sold in graphite. On September 13th, 2000, Apple released the FireWire iBook G3 Clamshells. The standard model was sold in indigo, which I have here, and in key lime. Its SE counterpart was also upgraded with both graphite and key lime variations. The key lime iBook was famously sold exclusively on Apple's online store because it was considered by Steve Jobs to be a little less conservative, a little more fun, even though I personally consider it to be a little less attractive, a little more vomit-like, which the crowd at the launch event booed at, to which Steve Jobs replied, "Don't you like buying on the Apple online store?" The FireWire iBooks also featured several other changes. The first is obviously the colors as the tangerine and blueberry iBook G3 clamshells were discontinued. However, the keyboard was also no longer translucent, alongside visual difference I haven't actually noticed before, which is that it's less the later ones are less translucent. And it had and it didn't have as much color matching on the keys in exchange for more black keys. Also, their keyboards were screwed in, making upgrades slightly harder, which unfortunately I did not discover, so now I screwed up this iBook's keyboard, so now I have to figure out how to get a replacement keyboard for this thing. This one right here. Fun. That's fun. On the flip side, they do offer better performance than their predecessors, and as their official name suggests, they support FireWire. On May 1st, 2001, Apple discontinued the iBook G3 Clamshell in exchange for the iBook G3 Snow. On April 29th, 2005, official support for the original iBook Clamshell was dropped, leaving them on macOS 10.3 Panther. On October 26, 2007, both official and patch support for the iBook G3 Clamshell was dropped, leaving them only the upgradable macOS 10.4 Tiger, which this one on the right is running. The iBook G3 Clamshell left an infinite legacy despite its discontinuation, however. Not only did its latchless design inspire future laptops or its Wi-Fi capabilities impact the world, but also iBook clamshells are very popular amongst Apple collectors. However, just because iBook clamshells may look unique does not mean that you should purchase one, even if you are an Apple collector. Not only do they cost anywhere from $200 to $1,000, and prices within drastically vary, and sometimes can even be more lavish with key lime iBooks. As it turned out, not many people liked buying on the Apple online store back then, but they're also notoriously impossible for even tech-savvy people to repair and disassemble for anything beyond the RAM, which is an issue given that many retro computers, including these, are very prone to failures. In fact, just to state more issues with these, a common fault of these is that they have a crack around their Apple logo. Also, another common fault. Luckily, Luckily, my blueberry iBook doesn't have this issue, but my indigo one does, where the stem of the Apple logo is missing. And this is a very common issue. And it came like this, so I wasn't able to glue this back in. However, did anybody watching this video remember the iBook clamshell or even own one? Please comment that down below. As always, I'm the iTunes family, and peace out.